Lowering the overall tax burden on American business is big league. That's coming along very well. We're way ahead of schedule, I believe, and we're going to be announcing something, I would say, over the next 2 or 3 weeks that will be phenomenal.
I expect our next guest to have a huge smile on his face. It is Grover Norquist, Americans for Tax Reform president. There you go. Yeah. Flash the ivory, why not? I mean, that was a remarkable item of news from a live-action presidency. You can't have a rundown. You can't have a bunch of scripts on a news show these days because the president pops up, makes news, and markets react. The Dow is up 101. That was music to your ears, wasn't it?
It was, because you always worry that with the House, the Senate, the President, lobbyists in town, that fundamental, dramatic tax reduction and tax reform could get slowed down. And there'd been some discussion recently about how long it was going to take. This was the President going 2 to 3 weeks. We'd been talking 100 days, so we'll see exactly what he does.
Let's be clear, though. In 2 to 3 weeks, as my understanding is, we'll get to see the tax reform package. We will know what's in it. Of course, it's still got to be debated. I got that.
Yes,
but the broad outlines, we will know. At that point, it becomes actionable, doesn't it? I mean, if you're going to fully expense your new factory, you're going to know it, and you're going to build it now.
And this is something I've been stressing to congressmen, senators, and the administration. They need to make a statement about what the rate's going to be and full business expensing, both of which are consensus items in all versions of tax reform, and tell people that this takes effect now. So if it takes us 4 months or 6 months to pass the bill, you need to know that you can invest today and get full business expensing.
So can you give us some word from the inside here, real fast? Are we going to get a dramatic cut in corporate tax rates, a dramatic cut in the top rate of income tax, and full expensing for what business invests in, no more alternative minimum tax, no more death tax? Is that the broad outline of what we're going to get?
Each of those issues are consensus issues. Many of them have been voted on in the past. No death tax, no alternative minimum tax. Corporate rate down to 20% at least. My bet is 20%, but at least 20%. And individual rates down to 3 rates, 33, 25, 12, down from almost 40.
And the market is going straight up. We're now at 107 points for the Dow Industrials, financial stocks, a lot of industry groups sharply higher this morning. Now, Grover, I will probably take that smile off your face because, as you know, that's awful. Don't do that. This is an entertainment medium, please. There was a meeting on Wednesday at the White House. Senior Republicans, James Baker, Marty Feldstein, they were all there pushing a carbon tax. Tax oil, gas, coal, and the tax revenue that you then rebate in the form of a check to all of us once every 3 months. You don't like it, do you?
It is wrong at all levels. The good news is take the average age of the people who came and presented this. Okay? This is a problem that goes away quickly. You don't have congressmen or senators or governors or people in industry proposing this. This would be a devastating attack on energy in the country, on the cost of everything we produce. And then they take that money and do a Barack Obama redistribution. Just everybody gets a check. This is never going to happen. Mr. Roscom, Congressman Roscom from Ways and Means came and spoke to our Wednesday group yesterday. And while it's off the record, when asked about this, he said, no, never. And then he said, is this on the record? And he said, that is on the record. No, never. We're not going to have a carbon tax damaging the entire economy. The idea that the Democrats want a carbon tax and then give it away, nonsense. They'll take that money and they'd want to spend it. This is not happening. It's a really bad idea. We need to revisit it every once in a while to remind people how bad an idea it is.
I got it. I'll never, ever mention this in your presence again, Grover Norquist, and that's a fact. Never, ever again. No, I won't, I promise you. So, you're on board with this? 2 to 3 weeks, get the tax package. You think that's doable? You think that's legit?
I think the outlines of the package, yes.
Okay.
2 to 3 weeks. There's going to be working around the edges. There are a number of, 1031s. Do they stay in, stay out? There are little pieces you worry about. But an outline, yes.
Okay, now we don't want to keep you any longer, Grover, because I know that you've got a meeting in a couple of minutes with Orrin Hatch. That's a far more important meeting than talking about a carbon tax with me. So go away, but come back soon, because we value your presence on the program. Grover Norquist, everyone.
Shall do.
Sure thing.